screen and put in a work order to facilities. Our featured comic tonight just might turn up at your door. She works for facilities. She's a writer for the show. Everybody please welcome Sara Gunn.
Hi, guys. Hey. I've been doing stand-up for a little bit. I started when I was 16, and I'm 19 now. And I think when people hear that you've done something for as long as 3 years, they assume that you're going to get better at it, which I can confirm is not true. I'd like to think that I've matured a little bit. I'm definitely evolving my tastes. In high school, I always just joked about being a lesbian in high school. But I would never joke about that kind of stuff now, right? Because I'm a lesbian in college. So I started dating recently, and I thought it would be so easy because dating in high school is really hard when you're gay. You don't really date when you're gay in high school. You kind of just stare at other gay-looking kids and wonder if they're also in pain. I remember there was this girl who I thought was cool, and she sat in front of me in 4th period English class, and I would just stare at the back of her head the entire period, and the emotional turmoil that I put myself through by the end of that class was the equivalent to an entire marriage. And so I just assumed that I was well-equipped to date. But I was wrong. I joined Tinder, and I went on a date with this girl. The first date was fine. We just talked. But she told me that her favorite TV show was America's Got Talent. And her favorite part of this show was the golden buzzer, which is when a judge loves a contestant's audition so much that they smash a golden buzzer and confetti rains down and everyone yells and cries, and it's this really emotional experience, and it's her favorite thing. And she told me that she likes to sit alone in her room and watch videos of that moment, the golden buzzer moment, and cry. Which I was like, ha ha ha, whatever, then I forgot about it. Until the second date. And then on the second date, we were supposed to go on a hike, and I showed up at her dorm, and she opens the door in pajamas, not hiking clothes. And I'm like, what's up? I thought we were going to go on a hike. And she was like, no, I think we should just stay in. I've been feeling a little sick. How about we watch some videos? I didn't know. And so I walked in, and she hopped up on the bed, and I noticed that there's a box of tissues, and there's used ones scattered around, and she opens her laptop and paused on the screen as a video entitled America's Got Talent Golden Buzzer Compilation. And so I start panicking, but there's nowhere to go, and so I just sit on her bed, and she hits play, and I kid you not, the second she hits play, she immediately starts weeping. Intense bawling, you would have thought that she was the wife of a soldier and she was just handed a flag. It was so intense. And I don't know why I didn't leave. I was just petrified, and once the video ended and she was done crying, she wiped her eyes, and she closed the laptop very calmly, and then she looked to me, and she asked, would you like to hang out again? A reasonable question. And so, of course, after a weird event like that, I said, of course, I would love to hang out again. And then I smashed a golden buzzer and confetti and then we weeped into each other's faces as we made out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm with a much better person now. I think the best part of dating someone who isn't a psychotic weirdo is that you can share stories of when you used to date psychotic weirdos. My girlfriend, currently, she went on a date with this guy in high school, and they were at the movie theaters, and he, in the middle of the movie, he leans over and whispers in her ear, do you want me to blow your mind? And she said that she was really confused and wasn't sure what was happening and scared, and she just kind of said yes apprehensively. But I think it's fair to say that if a high school boy asks you if you want him to blow your mind and he's not about to do a magic trick, you should say no, because he's not going to blow your mind. But what he did instead was he leaned in and he really softly licked the shell of her ear. And she said that it was so slight that she wasn't sure if he had actually done anything. And then once he was done, he like leaned back and like nodded as if he had just done the best thing a man can ever do for a woman. But I think it's fair to say, right, that that's not the best thing that you can do for a woman. I don't have to tell you guys that, right? I don't have to tell you guys that. That's not the best thing. The best thing that you can do for a woman, right, is take her back to your place, right, sit her down, and force her to watch you cry. Thank you.